As you have seen, we have many speakers today. But this is important because it's the voice of the people within our community. It's the voice of people who are going through the system or people who are working closely. And we know that this terrible hostile environment is affecting people. I would like to invite our next speaker, Eve, who even if she's British, she has been fighting side by side with an organization called the Voice of the Voiceless in the detention center. Because many people who come to this country, who have been forced to leave the country, when they arrive here, are being put in prison, in detention center. Please welcome her today.
Thanks, Melinda. My name's Eve. I'm the co-chair of Voiceless Immigration Detainees, Yorkshire, and I'm the only member without lived experience of the hostile environment. And what our organisation is to support advocacy, to work in solidarity and to challenge the hostile, racist environment that upholds white supremacy in this country. What's important to say is that as Vidi, we are very grassroots, and we lost our founding member, Pius Nyandaro. Many of you may have been touched by Pius. Pius was subject to the hostile environment as an asylum seeker for 20 years, and in those 20 years he was denied dignity in every single form. He couldn't access the housing, he couldn't work, and to be able to see his 2 children, he had to rent in a sublet with another man that he didn't know in order that he could see his children, because living in asylum accommodation, you can't have visitors. Pius took his own life because of the impact of the hostile environment, because every part of this system, this racist system, is to destroy those who are seeking sanctuary. It is intentional that these systems are here to deny, to remove the right to work, to remove access to accommodation. So people are forced to rely on the state, so that they can then blame people for relying on the state and costing the state XYZ amount of money. Surely the most logical thing is to allow people to work, but instead they strip that right, make people second-class human beings in this country based on their colour of their skin. And in order to do that, then they can peddle their lies and say they don't contribute to this country, they're scrounging off the system, they're living in hotels. We know that's not true, but this is what we have to do. We have to spread that to everyone in society, because the media, it peddles that narrative. People are confused, people don't understand what's going on. And that is also not their fault, but they have an accountability to challenge that themselves, and it's our responsibility to pass this message on to the community. Having no right to work is a basic human right that has been taken away just because of where you come from. People come here expecting to work, expecting to contribute, and what you do when you keep someone in that system for so long is that if they do get a status, if they are allowed to stay, then they haven't worked in their specialism for all these years. They haven't been able to integrate into their community in the correct way. And that creates more mental health problems and isolation. So just being granted the refugee status and then being able to work doesn't solve these problems either. People coming here for safety should be allowed to contribute. That's what they've come here for. This country is built off racist, colonial, white supremacy. And the speaker before me spoke really well about how this is all connected. And this is to maintain people of colour in this country to feel scared, to feel not part, to feel othered in our communities. And these policies that separate us serve those purposes. So I'm really privileged to be here today. Thank you to Melinda for inviting me. And I just want to chant very loudly, say it loud, say